What if I told you that Ruby, a 72-year-old grandmother from Phoenix, transformed her cluttered home into a peaceful sanctuary in just 15 minutes a day? She'd been avoiding her spare bedroom for 3 years because it felt too overwhelming. But using these 5 low-energy techniques, she finally reclaimed that space and her peace of mind. Today, I'll share her exact system that works even when arthritis flares up or energy runs low. If you've been putting off decluttering because it feels too exhausting, these gentle methods will change everything. Stay with me to discover how Ruby went from chaos to calm without breaking a sweat. What you learn today could transform your living space by this weekend. Are you ready to reset your home the gentle way? Meet Ruby Martinez, a vibrant 72-year-old retired teacher who loves gardening and spending time with her 6 grandchildren. Like many of us, Ruby had accumulated decades of memories, books, crafts, and, just in case, items throughout her Phoenix home. After her husband passed 2 years ago, the clutter began feeling overwhelming rather than comforting. Ruby's turning point came when her daughter visited and gently suggested the spare bedroom had become a bit much. Ruby felt embarrassed but also exhausted at the thought of tackling it all. She knew decluttering could be physically and emotionally draining, especially with her arthritis and limited energy levels. That's when she discovered these 5 low-energy reset techniques that changed everything. What Ruby learned, and what I'm sharing with you today, is that decluttering doesn't require marathon sessions or backbreaking work. You can take it slowly, choose the times when you're feeling most energetic, and stop for breaks whenever needed. These methods work whether you're dealing with mobility challenges, chronic fatigue, or simply want to preserve your energy for the things you love most. Before we dive in, I'd love to hear from you. What's the one room in your house that you've been avoiding? Drop a comment below and let's tackle this together. Way 1. The 15-minute timer technique, the gentle start that changes everything. Ruby's first breakthrough came when she discovered the power of working in tiny increments. Instead of dedicating entire afternoons to decluttering, she set a simple kitchen timer for just 15 minutes. Here's exactly how Ruby implemented this. Step 1. Choose your best energy window. Ruby realized she had the most energy first thing in the morning, not during her mid-afternoon dip. She identified her personal power hour. For her, it was 9 a.m. after her morning coffee and light breakfast. Your optimal time might be different. Pay attention to when you naturally feel most alert and motivated. Step 2. Prepare everything in advance before starting. Ruby gathered everything she needed: donation boxes, trash bags, and cleaning supplies, keeping them close so she wouldn't have to get up and move around unnecessarily. This eliminated the frustration of having to stop mid-flow to hunt for supplies. Step 3. Set boundaries and stick to them. When that timer rang at 15 minutes, Ruby stopped immediately, even if she felt like continuing. This prevented burnout and made the task feel manageable rather than overwhelming. The key was giving herself plenty of time and pacing herself without rushing. In her first week using this technique, Ruby cleared her entire bathroom medicine cabinet, sorted through 2 kitchen drawers, and organized her mail pile. Starting with easier spaces like the bathroom and kitchen areas helped her build confidence and momentum. The best part? She never felt exhausted or discouraged. Why this works for seniors? This technique respects your body's natural rhythms and limitations. It acknowledges that decluttering can be tiring and gives you permission to work at your own pace. You're not competing with anyone, you're simply making steady progress that compounds over time. Your action step: choose tomorrow's 15-minute window right now. Pick a small area like 1 drawer or 1 shelf. Set your timer, gather your supplies, and give it a try. Remember, even professional organizers didn't build Rome in a day. What's been your biggest obstacle to getting started with decluttering? Share your experience in the comments. We're all learning together. Way 2. The sitting sorting system. Declutter comfortably from your favorite chair. Ruby's biggest revelation came when she realized decluttering doesn't need to be done sitting on the floor or in an uncomfortable position. She developed what she calls her command center approach, bringing items to her, rather than crawling around trying to reach them. Ruby's setup process. Step 1. Create your sorting station. Ruby chose her favorite armchair in the living room with good lighting and positioned 4 labeled boxes around her. Keep, donate, trash, and maybe later. She placed a small side table next to her chair for items that needed further consideration. Step 2. The batch bringing method. Instead of tackling an entire closet at once, Ruby would bring one small batch of items to her chair. Maybe one shelf's worth or one drawer. This approach of gathering everything out of its space ensures complete organization and prevents having to redo the same area later. Step 3. The touch once rule. Ruby committed to handling each item only once during her sorting session. As she picked up each piece, she asked herself 3 simple questions. Have I used this in the past year? Does this serve my current life? Would I buy this again today? Based on her gut response, the item went into the appropriate box immediately. The maybe later box strategy. For items she was uncertain about, Ruby used the 90-day rule. If she didn't need something from her maybe later box within 3 months, it was safe to let it go. This removed the pressure of making instant decisions about sentimental or just-in-case items. Ruby's comfort modifications. She kept a small cooler with water and snacks nearby. Every 20 minutes, she'd stand up and do gentle stretches. On days when her arthritis bothered her, she'd sort lighter items like papers or small accessories instead of heavy books or dishes. Using this system, Ruby sorted through her entire bedroom closet over 5 comfortable sessions. She discovered clothes she'd forgotten she owned and realized she had 7 winter coats for Phoenix weather. The best part was ending each session feeling accomplished rather than exhausted. Why this works? This method puts seniors in control of their environment while maintaining maximum independence. You're working from a position of comfort and strength, making decisions from a clear mindset rather than feeling overwhelmed by the physical demands. Your comfort challenge. Set up your own sorting station this week. Choose your most comfortable chair and try the batch bringing method with one small area. Notice how much easier decisions become when you're physically comfortable and not straining to reach things. What's your most comfortable spot in your home? Let us know in the comments where you'd set up your sorting station. Way 3. The one category at a time method. Stop the overwhelm with laser focus. Ruby's third game changer was learning to focus on just one type of item at a time, rather than trying to organize entire rooms. This category approach helped her see exactly how many of each thing she actually had, leading to some surprising discoveries. Ruby's category system. Week 1. Books. Ruby gathered every book from every room in her house: bedroom, living room, kitchen, even the bathroom. She was shocked to find 47 cookbooks, many with recipes she'd never tried. By seeing them all together, she easily identified her favorites and donated 30 books to the local library. Week 2. Cleaning supplies. Ruby found duplicates and triplicates of cleaning products scattered throughout her home. Under the kitchen sink, in the laundry room, in the guest bathroom. She'd been buying new items because she couldn't find what she already owned. She consolidated everything into one organized cleaning caddy. Week 3. Holiday decorations. This category brought up the most emotions for Ruby. She had decorations from when her children were small, plus items they'd made in school. She used this opportunity to give some family heirlooms to her adult children who actually wanted them, rather than assuming they'd want everything later. The decision-making framework. For each category, Ruby used what organizers call the keep, toss, donate method, but she added her own senior-specific questions. Does this fit my current lifestyle? Not the lifestyle she had 20 years ago. Can I maintain, clean, store this easily? Would I want my children to deal with this someday? Ruby's surprising discoveries. 12 coffee mugs for a household of 1, 3 sets of sheets for beds. She no longer had enough towels to supply a small hotel. Craft supplies for hobbies she'd lost interest in years ago. Ruby learned that seniors often have strong emotional attachments to belongings, so she gave herself permission to keep one meaningful item from each category as a representative memory. One special Christmas ornament instead of 5 boxes. One cherished cookbook instead of dozens she never used. Ruby spread each category across multiple days. She'd gather all items on day 1, sort on day 2, and put away, donate on day 3. This prevented physical and emotional exhaustion while maintaining momentum. After 6 weeks of category sorting, Ruby's home felt completely different. She had improved mental health from the tidy space, enhanced mobility through clutter-free pathways, and more time and energy since there was less to maintain and clean. Your category challenge. Pick one simple category to start with this week, maybe coffee mugs, books, or cleaning supplies. Gather every item from that category in your home and see what you discover. You might be surprised by what you find. Which category do you think would surprise you the most? Books, kitchen gadgets, or clothes? Drop your guess in the comments. Way 4. The helper system turned decluttering into quality time. Ruby initially felt embarrassed about needing help, but she soon discovered that decluttering with family members created opportunities to share stories about meaningful items and make new memories together. Her daughter's visit became a weekly tradition that they both looked forward to. Setting up support. Ruby's family approach. Ruby invited her daughter Sarah for coffee and sorting Sundays. Sarah would bring coffee and pastries, and they'd tackle one small area together. This approach respected Ruby's autonomy while providing gentle support. Sarah never made decisions for Ruby, she simply provided an extra pair of hands and moral support. The ground rules they established. 1. Ruby made all final decisions about her belongings. 2. They moved at Ruby's pace without any rushing or pressure. 3. Story sharing was encouraged. Each item could spark a memory. 4. They'd stop immediately if Ruby felt tired or overwhelmed. 5. No judgment about what Ruby chose to keep or donate. Professional help options. When Ruby tackled her garage, she hired a local senior-friendly organizing service for a few hours. These services understand the unique challenges seniors face and can provide ongoing cleaning help as well. The organizer brought all supplies and handled the heavy lifting while Ruby directed the process. Community resources. Ruby discovered her church had volunteers who helped seniors with home organization. The local senior center offered Decluttering Buddy partnerships. Some donation services like Vietnam Veterans of America offered home pickup, making the donation process effortless. Her neighborhood had a Buy Nothing group where items found new homes locally. Having support made the emotional aspects much easier. When Ruby found her late husband's belongings, Sarah was there to listen to memories and help Ruby decide what to keep as cherished mementos versus what to donate. This collaborative approach honored Ruby's emotional attachments while gently encouraging progress. Her grandson helped organize her photo collection and created a digital album. Her neighbor assisted with listing furniture on online marketplaces. Her daughter helped research the best charities for specific donations. Handyman friend installed easy-reach shelving in her pantry, creating your support network. Ruby learned that most people actually want to help. They just don't know how to offer. She started being specific with her requests. Could you help me sort through magazines for an hour this Saturday? Rather than saying, I need to get organized. Building gentle accountability. Sarah would check in during the week with encouraging texts. How did your 15-minute session go today? This gentle accountability kept Ruby motivated without feeling pressured. The independence balance. The key was maintaining Ruby's sense of control over her environment while accepting help with the physical aspects. Helpers provided energy and encouragement, but Ruby remained the decision maker. Your helper strategy. Think about one person who might enjoy spending quality time with you while helping organize. Frame it as spending time together rather than needing help. Start with just 1 hour and see how it feels. Who in your life would you most enjoy spending organizing time with? Sometimes the best help comes from unexpected places. Tell us about your potential helper in the comments. Way 5. The daily maintenance magic. Keep your progress with effortless daily habits. Ruby's final and most important discovery was that maintaining an organized space was much easier than she'd expected when everything had a designated place. She developed simple daily habits that prevented clutter from building up again. Ruby's 5-minute evening reset. Every evening before her favorite TV show, Ruby would do a quick 5-minute walkthrough of her main living areas. She'd return items to their designated homes, sort the day's mail immediately, and do a mental check of her most used spaces. The one in, one out rule. When Ruby brought something new into her home, whether a purchase, gift, or mail, she committed to removing something else. This prevented accumulation and helped maintain the peaceful spaces she'd worked so hard to create. If she bought a new book, an old one would be donated. New clothes meant donating something from her closet. Ruby's designated home system. She created specific spaces for the items she used daily: reading glasses, phone chargers, car keys, and medications. At the end of each day, she'd check that everything was back in its designated spot. This eliminated the frustrating searches that had previously consumed her mornings. The weekly 15-minute maintenance. Every Sunday, Ruby would spend 15 minutes doing preventive maintenance, clearing flat surfaces that tend to collect items, checking her maybe later box for items ready to be decided upon, ensuring each room had everything properly organized and in its designated place, planning which small area might need attention the following week. Ruby's paper management system. Mail had been Ruby's biggest daily challenge. She created a simple system. Important papers went immediately to a designated file, junk mail went straight to recycling, and bills went to a specific basket for weekly processing. No more piles of "I'll deal with this later" paper. The good enough philosophy. Ruby learned that maintenance didn't mean perfection. Some days, she'd only manage to clear the kitchen counter. Other days, she'd tackle more. The goal was progress, not perfection, and maintaining what she'd accomplished without overwhelming herself. Seasonal maintenance strategy. 4 times a year, Ruby would do a slightly longer maintenance session. Spring. Rotate seasonal clothing and check for items to donate. Summer. Organize outdoor and gardening supplies. Fall. Prepare holiday storage and check winter items. Winter. Review the year's accumulation and plan for spring cleaning. The energy management approach. Ruby matched her maintenance tasks to her energy levels. High energy days meant tackling more challenging areas. Low energy days meant simple tasks like sorting mail or wiping down surfaces. This flexibility prevented her from abandoning the system when she didn't feel 100%. Building habits that stick. Ruby attached her new habits to existing routines. Her evening reset happened before her favorite show. Her weekly maintenance was part of her Sunday morning routine with coffee. This approach made the new habits feel natural rather than like additional work. The ripple effect. As Ruby maintained her organized spaces, she noticed other positive changes. She slept better in her clutter-free bedroom. She cooked more often in her organized kitchen. She felt proud when friends visited her tidy home. The psychological benefits of her maintained space reduced her stress and gave her more mental energy for activities she enjoyed. Your maintenance plan. Start with just one daily habit this week. Maybe it's a 5-minute evening reset or immediately dealing with mail. Pick something small that you can realistically maintain, then build from there. What's one small daily habit that would make the biggest difference in your home? Share your maintenance ideas in the comments. We can all learn from each other's strategies. 6 months later, Ruby's transformation was remarkable. Her home had become the peaceful sanctuary she'd always dreamed of. Friends commented on how calm and inviting her space felt. But the real change was in Ruby herself. The physical changes. Ruby's home was now safe and easy to navigate. Clear pathways improved her mobility, and organized storage meant she could find everything she needed without frustration. Her daughter noticed Ruby seemed more energetic during visits. Most importantly, Ruby felt in control again. The decluttered space reduced her stress and gave her a sense of accomplishment. She was no longer embarrassed about unexpected visitors and actually started hosting her book club again. Ruby saved time and energy every single day. With less to maintain and clean, she had more freedom to enjoy her days. She started taking watercolor classes and volunteering at the community garden, activities she'd been too busy for before. Ruby's success inspired her neighbors. She started a small informal group called Gentle Organizers, where seniors share tips and support each other. What began as one woman's overwhelm became a community of empowerment. Ruby's advice to anyone feeling overwhelmed: start tiny, be gentle with yourself, and remember that every small step counts. Your home should support your dreams, not exhaust your energy. Ruby's story proves that age is never a barrier to creating the home you deserve. These 5 low-energy techniques can work for anyone, regardless of physical limitations or energy levels. Your next step: choose just one of these methods to try this week. Maybe it's the 15-minute timer, or perhaps the sitting sorting system appeals to you. Start small, be patient with yourself, and remember that every single step forward matters. If this helped you feel more hopeful about tackling your own spaces, please hit that like button and share this video with someone who needs encouragement. Remember, you're not behind, you're not broken, and it's never too late to reset your space. Start today.